Hello again, this is SD back with another run. We're going to go for our third ship on this streak that we're on now. We've already done Zoltan C and Stealth C, so that's two fairly low-end ships that we've got out of the way. Today we're going to play Stealth A, which is a very, very strong ship. You have two great weapons. The ships are quite similar to Stealth C in terms of the weaponry, but you start with cloaking instead of drone control, and cloaking is a vastly better system than drone control. You also have higher engines, although that's not as useful, but it is the highest engines of any ship in the game, which is a useful thing. You also have titanium system casings, which has the extremely useful property of being able to be sold for 40 scrap. And you can often make that what you need to be able to get shields. And once this ship gets shields, it's very, very difficult for it to get taken down. You do only have 3 weapon slots, but the 2 weapons you've already got are great. So, if you can get a flak 1, you can win this with level 4 weapons fairly easily. In fact, if you get hacking, you can, and the last time I played this ship, I actually did this. It's possible to win this with level 3 weapons. So last time I played, I had dual lasers and heavy laser and mini beam, and I just shield hacked, and I won the run with those weapons. And it was not particularly challenging. So we are on a very, very strong ship. We have long-range scanners to start as well, which is obviously great. That will allow us to just find good fights all the time. The only thing you need to be careful of is you want to avoid, you need to plan your routes carefully at first, because you want to avoid being forced into a situation where, say, suppose we take this back route and it turns out that's an asteroid field or something like that. You want to have options for your jumps, so you're not forced into like one specific jump where you're gonna get stuck in a bad hazard. You're not too bad with pulsars and ion storms with this ship because your weapons are fast, but you don't want to be stuck in asteroid fields or solar flares. They will do you a lot of damage if you get stuck in those for any length of time. Let's go into the nebula first and get a fight. This ship is not too bad. The heavy laser is not ideal. That's not generally a weapon you want to see when you're playing Stealth A. Let's cloak that shot, and it missed. Okay, we missed one of the laser shots, but we took down the weapon we actually give a damn about. They can fire this ion at me all they want, I don't care. Many times worse if they had decided to depower that and keep the heavy laser up. But because we cloaked when the heavy laser was firing, they always decide to keep up the weapon that has the most charge. So the ion stunner was about ready to fire and the heavy laser had just fired. What you usually want to do at first with this ship is, there's two modes of thought, and which one I will follow will depend on how quickly we can spot a store. One is just get a level of weapon control as soon as possible, because you want to get your weapons up eventually anyway, and that also protects you against 1 point of damage on your weapons room, which keeps your very strong weapons, which are your best defense, going. The other is you just save 85 scrap, and then you can swap titanium system casings for shields at a store. Because shields are 125 if you don't have them, and that sells for 40. Which one I do will depend on how quickly we spot a store. But one interesting thing, if you do go to, I think I probably mentioned this when playing Stealth C last, but if you go to a store and you don't have shields, if systems are available at all, it will always have shields there. There is no possibility. I'm going to cloak now because I don't want them, otherwise their mini beam will go off at the same time as mine. Unfortunately, we're probably not going to knock that mini beam out. No, we're not. So we're going to take some damage here. We can't avoid it. And they hit our weapons, which is the worst thing they could have hit. Great. Well, we got a fire. Unfortunately, they've got NG in there helping to fight it, so we're going to get hit by the mini beam again. That's not so bad. Let's see if we can hit that again. Okay, we did. Let's cloak now. I think that will buy us enough time to charge our weapons, and then we can probably kill this ship. Yeah, we got it. Mini beams are generally like one of the weapons you really don't want to see because, and in that case, that enemy had a mini beam and they had level 3 weapons. So that was a particularly bad site. So my route's east. We had this with Stealth C in Sector 1, where I had 2 routes east, and I got stuck going through an asteroid field, and I got lucky that that enemy surrendered, because otherwise we'd have taken quite a bit of damage charging our engines. So our path east have to either go through this set beacon, or through this beacon. We don't have any other. I suppose actually we could have gone that way. Ideally, I would ideally want to go like here and then up and then east, but if that's a hazard beacon, I don't want to get stuck with it. So I think I'm going to go here and then east. I can always potentially like cycle down and hit more jumps if they turn out to be fights. We don't want that. That's a solar flare. That is a very, very bad hazard when you have no shields. It will set many, many, many fires. We can probably cloak both of these at once. And yes. I was waiting there. I wanted to fire my dual lasers first, because then if I didn't manage to take things offline, I would get more benefit from the cloak. If you fire it while you're cloaked, it will reduce your cloak time. Okay, that's a safe jump. So let's go there, and then we'll bounce around and down. Scrap some of the debris. The top option has a chance of losing crew. Seems to be a little bit bare of fights. I'd like to get 35 more scrap and then go to that store and get shields. But we may not have the option. Offer our assistance. So we have advanced sensors, so we have a blue option here. We should get offered a bribe if we tell them that all life is valuable, and we are not going to actually follow through on that noble sentiment. We are going to abandon it for the first sniff of money. Frustrating because there's no fights detected at any of these, but I think our best option is to go here and here and then reevaluate. This sector seems fairly devoid of fight beacons, although sometimes in civilian things you get fights even at empty, unmarked beacons. Let's go down and investigate. No, this has a chance of losing crew, which is unfortunate. If this is a fight, then as long as it has so medium scrap rewards on hard always give at least 12 scrap. So if we go here and we get 12 scrap, it's 12 to 19 is a medium reward. So if we go here, as long as we get a medium reward, which is what you get for killing most ships, it will at least get us to the level of scrap that we need, that if we go to that store and it has shields, we can swap them. Now, it does mean that we will have to path rather inefficiently, but Stealth A is a strong enough ship to deal with that. Unfortunately, this is a forward scout, so we're not guaranteed to get it. Sometimes forward scouts only give low rewards, and that's quite bad. I'm going to cloak the missile instead of the lasers, because we might just knock the lasers off here. Yeah. And that's down. Actually, hold off from firing the laser. We can get one more point of weapon skill by doing this. Okay, that's very, very good. It did indeed give me the amount of scrap I need, and it also gave me an augment that I'm going to just sell. So we have easily enough scrap to get whatever we might want here. Okay, there's shields, we're getting those. There's a whole laser one, which is another alternative because it would improve our offense, but that's not such a good weapon, and we wouldn't be able to use it for a while. We would like to get something that improves our offense, but we can aim to do that in the next sector. Get shields now. We are now extremely safe. Now, unfortunately, we're going to have to leave Sector 1 without having made very much scrap, because we now have to backtrack, and then we just have to go right to the exit. I'm not going to aim to get shields 4, because you're quite safe. Having one shield and cloaking is, you know, significantly safer, frankly, than having two shields. And I want to have scrap for weapon upgrades. I'm glad we found the ship and not glad that it has such good weapons. Actually, I have to hold the dual lasers for just a second. And we dodge all of that crap with our cloaking, and now we're completely safe. They unfortunately have the shield buffer. We'll fix that. We will knock that first laser 2 off before it gets to fire. 18 scrap, and now we're going to head out. So how much do we make in that sector? It's a little bit below average. We made 104 scrap, and then we made another 20 from selling the life form scanner. This is a fairly clear choice. Civilian is just an outright better sector than Uncharted Nebula. So now we'd like to save up 80 scrap so we can get either hacking, or so that we can get a weapon. Now that beacon has the possibility of being the manually search event, which would make you think about upgrading piloting. However, I think that's probably a mistake. There's only 1 in 4 chance that it is that event. There's also, if it is that event, the blue option doesn't always give you anything. Also, it's kind of impossible to hit this jump and this one, and this is definitely scrap. I mean, that one is actually pretty much definitely scrap. Only manually search the chance of it not being. But, like, it could be a bad fight with an auto scout or something like that. I'd rather just go take this normal fight. I've already seen a lot of burst laser 2s. What the hell is up with my mouse? It's stuck on something. It seems to be trying to jump around and all. Since this ship has no shields, I don't need to coordinate my weapons. I'll just fire them. When this fight is over, I'm going to spend a moment working out what the hell's going on with my mouse. Is it a bit smoother now? But it's still very jerky. One moment. Entirely sure what it's doing. It still seems to be a little bit weird. I messed with the wire a bit there to make sure that it was not getting obstructed by anything. Yeah, I'm glad we took this route. Like, there could be stores down here, which would be unfortunate, but like, this big nebula, which is why civilian sectors are so good, is they have big nebulas. Need to take that missile down and we're safe. They hit me through cloak. That is unfortunately a thing they can do. You know, we had 80%. We actually had higher than 80% evade there because our engines got damaged. We were at about 85, but that does still mean there's a 15% chance you can get hit, and we low rolled. It's unfortunate, but there you go. It is notable with this ship that once you can grind dodge, because you already have level 4 engines, you can just out of the gate get 100% evade. You just need your people to have maximum piloting and engine skill. We don't mind ion storms, but we're going to take this route because the path's better. This ship is a little annoying to try to run away. So we need to be quick about taking things down. Here we're going to pull our shields down for a moment because we've already used them. need to hit the pilot, because these people could have level 2 piloting. On the other hand, those weapons are dangerous. I just want to take them down. Damn it, they do have level 2 piloting. Can I get my dual lasers off? I mean, I don't think their cloak is very long. Ha! We hit them through cloak. The enemies, like your ship, are not perfect when they're cloaking. At least not until later. Eventually you will face things later in the game that do, in fact, have 100% evade when they cloak, but it'll be a while. Now, there's an argument for upgrading piloting and going to this beacon. In fact, there's even an argument for just going to it, because we could go to it and then jump back, and while that loses a jump, it's a jump in a nebula, so its fleet pursuit is halved anyway. The events that could be at this, there's a boarding event that gives you scrap. There's a fight against an auto ship in a low power situation. There is the 2 pirates that you meet that are going away with fuel and ammunition, which is probably the lowest scrap of them. And finally, there's manually search. We could probably risk manually search, because there's only a 1 in 5 chance of losing crew, and even if we lost crew, we would only lose a human, which is the least useful crew type. Now, on the other hand, we could upgrade our piloting just on the basis, even if we don't get any scrap here, we have like 3 more fights that we can see. But I think I'm going to just do it and be greedy. Well, we took the risk and that paid off very handsomely. That is a 60 scrap beacon. So yeah, that paid off very, very handsomely. One of the best items that could have dropped there, other than maybe a useful weapon. So, we jump back to the beacon we'd already explored. We might not get this fight because we really want to go here to see a lot. And I don't know whether it's possible for us to come back up to this. It doesn't really matter that much. I'm going to actually get the weapon buffer now, I think, because we can sell hull repair to get us above the buffer for any weapon or system we might like. We would like hacking, and we would like a weapon. And once we sell the hull repair drum, we can get either of them. And that's even before we get these fights, which, here we might get some extra stuff. So what we want to do here is we want to fire the dual lasers at their drone system. And then the mini beam like this. This is definitely only a Lido missile. Whenever you see an early ship like this, if it just has a missile and no other weapons, it's almost certainly going to be a Lido. I think it's what happens when the enemy only has level 1 weapons. Yeah, see, I was worried about them having a buffer on that system, which they indeed have, but they dodged one of my laser shots, so I aimed the laser at it because I wanted to do 2 damage to that system. Now I've done 3. If we had level 4 shields, we could grind dodges against that, but we don't. And they have the shield buffer, which is frustrating. Still, they'll die on our next volley unless they get ridiculously lucky. Mini beam. 15 and 8. Very nice. Let's go here, spot a lot. Purchasing an unknown weapon is pretty much never worth it. Because they don't actually have to give you a weapon at all. Like, there's, beyond the fact that it could be like a repair burst or something, it could just be no weapon and they take his scrap and then laugh at you. And you don't get it back even if you blow the ship up. Nice dodging. We would have been safe though even if that had hit weapons, because we've now got a buffer. No, that's not a good offer. We maybe should have held the shot there to get extra weapon training or whatever. We could go here. I mean, we're not so worried about the sun anymore because we have shields. So there is a solar flare there, and there's a decent possibility we could spot a store here potentially, and if not, we can go here, back there, up, and through this whole area. So I think we want to do that. And I'm glad that we did. This is an outpost. And this is a guaranteed double scrap reward. Cloak. And we've won this fight. It may look like we haven't because this enemy has a bunch of hull left, but no, we've won this fight already. Yeah, now they can't dodge. We will do 2 more damage with the dual lasers and then the mini beam kills. And we get 26 scraps, so we didn't get a store there. We'll still risk this solar flare. Should I put shields up at this point? Get us to 80. I think I'm going to hold off because there's a possibility that the next store could have like hacking and a weapon. And like, if I got this second shield, I'd really need to get more power to run it. Like, we'd be 100% safe in this fight if we had it, other than from the solar flare. But we're pretty much going to be that safe anyway. I think there was a 4 damage shot we could have done there, but whatever. We're going to take your shields out before the solar flare goes off. Let's vent a few rooms that are more annoying. Yeah, they just died to the solar flare. We took 1 damage from the solar flare. If we had not had... You don't take more damage when you don't have shields, but it sets way more fires, and then they spread, and you take damage from that. You can easily have like 5 or 6 fires get set by it if you're unlucky. Let's take drones. They're more valuable than missiles, both in the scrap sense and just in a gameplay sense. Attack the pirate. Like, if we get to Sector 3 and we haven't upgraded our weapons, we are still okay, because the weapons we have are quite strong, and they can deal with 2 ships. We have to get our shields up, we use cloaking to deal with missiles, and we would be okay. It's obviously a setback if that happens, but it's not the end of the world. I have taken this ship into Sector 3 with no weapon upgrades and been just fine. As long as you have shields. If you have no weapon upgrades or shields, it's very, very bad. They're only alive because the rock resists, but they don't get any number of those. Recharge booster. It's kind of a triple reward then. We'd love to go here because there's a fight, but it would result in us backtracking. Unless we wanted to go here, there, and down. I suppose we have enough room to do that. I'm just a bit worried if stores are down here. 1, 2, 3... I mean, we could go straight to the exit from there if we had to, which I don't. It's not clear to me whether we have 3 more beacons in this sector or 4. I feel like we have a better chance of finding a store if we go this way, so I'm going to do that. And we found a potential double scrap reward. It feels like this sector has been absolutely full of double scrap rewards, but then that civilian sector's for you. Dodge those. A lot of rock resist, but it doesn't matter. Their weapons are down. That's a spiral they can't recover from. Especially not if I set fires. I don't think we can crew kill this. About the only thing that Stealth A is not great at is it's not that great at getting crew kills in there until you get hacking. But okay, we didn't get a double scrap reward, but yeah, we found 2 stores. We'll go to this one first. Well, they have long-range scanners, which we already have. Okay, that's what we want. If we had 4 weapon slots, I would buy both of these, but we don't. So I'm going to just buy the heavy laser one. I could buy stealth weapons and just repeat what I did the last time I played this ship, because that was what the augment that I got that made me want to do level 3 weapons. Screw it, we're gonna do it. We have enough scrap left even after doing that, especially since we can sell this and this. We still have enough scrap left to like upgrade our systems and get hacking if it's here. And it is. Had I known this was gonna be here, I might have held off of that, but whatever. Like, we'll get hacking. We'll get the battery. Go to the exit. Okay, there's no hub. I'll buy this fuel. It sets me back a little bit, but like I don't care that much. At this point, we don't need stores for quite a while. In fact, technically at this point, I don't need stores at all. I could win the game with just what I have now and just upgrade things. So, we just want to get as many fights as we possibly can. We're gonna go civilian because we want to get more fights and there are more of them in there. Come on, give me another big nebula. Okay, that's not a big nebula, that's just a nebula. This isn't a hazard beacon, it leads to more jumps, so I'm gonna go this way. Do I want to keep my engines, or would I rather be able to hack their weapons? I think I'd rather be able to hack their weapons here. So let's let them take my engines down. We might eat a missile or two, but I mean, we still have cloaking, and with it, we'll have like 70% of it. Or we might just hit every shot. And then it doesn't matter that we don't have engines. They can't dodge here because their piloting is destroyed. That Mantis will make it out. He has enough hit points to break some doors. Maybe? Okay, I was trying to be fancy there and kill the Mantis with my mini beam shot. I waited too long, but whatever, this ship is dead anyway. That's a lot of fire. If they had more health, I'd go for a quick kill, but they have like 3 hull and they had a med bay, so I couldn't really reliably kill any people on that ship. Let's get my shields up. Next, I just need to buy power because we're a little bit behind with all these. The backup battery will help us tide over for the moment, but I just want to spend my next 50 to 75 scrap buying some reactor upgrades. I don't need to hack this ship, it's not dangerous. I wouldn't mind a bit more crew, and eventually I'll want mind control, but it's like, it'll be a while before we need that stuff. And by the time we do, we're going to be way ahead. There were a lot of fire. We don't need our weapons anymore. Let's pull them down so we can get out faster. We'll take 1 solar flare, but only 1. hit our hacking. Let's go put that out. Fix it. In case we want it next battle. There we go. Go heal. Back to your positions. That fight is good, but it leads to awkward jumps, so we're going to skip it. Okay, there's nothing there, but that means we can spend power. Spend scrap rather on power. Get up to the destination. We'd like to get cloaking up sometime fairly soon because we have stealth weapons, so we want to get it to level 3 as quickly as possible. Go to the quest, head up, hit all these nebula jumps, and then go to the exit. I actually should have bought another reactor. Whatever. 2 more reactor points. That's enough. Now we go this way because there might be a fight up here. Oh, there is indeed. We want to hack here. This ship has dangerous multiple threats. We want to take the missile down, we want to take these drones down. Cloak. We can fire because of our stealth weapons. I forgot to use my hack, but unfortunately we didn't miss. And yeah, now we're basically fine. If we could hull breach the weapons, we could potentially use this combat drone for dodge training. Yeah, let's just wait. Double reward, that gets repairs. Don't really want to go to this store, but we don't have a choice. Take another jump before it. We may dive in this sector, but we're strong enough actually to dive now. Well, that's the Mantis quest is not always, the Mantis War Camp quest is not always that great. Nah, we don't want anything here. The Mantis War Camp quest doesn't always give you anything, but we got 20 scrap just for accepting the quest. We'll take that, we're using hacking. At this point, I don't want to risk more crew since we're ahead on scrap, so let's just go here. And it's manually search, we'll get a blue option. It is. And we get another nice reward. That again, we will just sell. That's not as good a reward as the one we got earlier. We'll go here. I don't think we're going to dive because that's just a store. We have plenty of time to find stores to sell the defensive drone and, buy anything if we happen to want anything. And I don't feel like it's worth diving for just that. If it was a fight, I would consider going to the exit, taking the jump there, and then jumping past it. We don't have enough money, but we might have enough money to get mind control. It's early enough that we don't really need to do that. 4-room mini V. Swap you around. I mean, in some of these fights, you'll see that our weapons are so good that we're not even bothering to use cloaking and hacking. We didn't use either of those systems in that fight, and we still completely just mulched that enemy. Yeah, if we went to the store right now, we would be diving. We have had so many outposts. We are going to hack and cloak here, because this enemy is dangerous. The most dangerous thing is the missile. I didn't activate my hack in time and we missed a shot, but whatever. This thing can give us dodges because we can't take any damage from it. Cool. We'll just hold here until because by the time they repair anything, even if they bring the missile up first, which I'm not sure they will, we'll just be able to hack, and our next volley is guaranteed to kill them. It'll do, let's see, 1, 2, yeah, it's guaranteed to kill when we hack. So we might as well do this, get a few dodges. It won't be much dodge training, but we might get level 1. Especially if we pull off dodges like that. Okay, we won't. I mean, alternately, we could do this. Yeah, that seems fine. We're not under threat from the drones until they get the beam drone back. So we've got level 1 piloting. We're 1 dodge away from level 1 engines. What's our weapons ready to do? We're already almost max weapons. Because your weapons are so fast on this ship, you get weapon skill really, really quickly just by doing ordinary battles. Okay, we've got that back. We've taken it back down. I think we're going to end the fight here. We got level 1 of piloting and engines, that's pretty good. And we got a double scrap reward, which is also pretty good. Rock controlled is not ideal, but we literally don't have a choice, so we have to go here. Rock controlled sectors are generally fairly low in scrap, they have a lot of missiles. It's also noteworthy there's a quite nasty event called the Rock Live Mine, which can kill crew. The only counters to it are having level 5 engines or having a missile weapon. I think Clone Bay does it. Actually, Beam Drone does as well, I discovered the other day. So there are a few counters to it. Now, the only counter we can have is level 5 engines. However, because we have long-range scanners, the Live Mine is only ever a uncovered beacon. So we don't need to actually spend that, as long as we keep that in our hold. If we're forced to jump to a beacon that doesn't have like distress or store or bite at it, we can do the upgrade before that to protect our crew. Let's investigate. Cool. You're getting off that rock. Why are you on another rock? Well, I guess there's an obvious reason why you were on another rock, but I don't know why you would need us to... Well, you'd need to thank us for that. We'll take this flight, then go to the store, and then go there. That seems pretty good. We'll wait for Charlie to lumber over to the shields room. Depending on what situation we're in, actually, it may be better. I'm going to actually save Charlie, even though he's got shield skill. I'll save him indoors. I can always run him to shields, even though he's slow. Those two rooms are quite near to each other. So he can just run to shields if we're not being boarded. But sometimes we are being boarded, and we benefit from that. We want to hack here. I think we want to hack here. After we go to the store, we probably want to upgrade hacking to level 2 for if we want to shield hack. With these weapons, you have to shield hack a fair amount because they don't have much shield hacking power. You just stop. Okay, it doesn't matter. He's not doing anything. The only weapon we're worried about is this flak 2, and if necessary, we can just cloak that. But also, that might not even be necessary. Can I do a beam that hits 4 rooms here? No. Maybe if I do this, will it reach? There might be a pixel perfect shot. There it is. Pixel perfect shot there. Hits 4 rooms, my mini gun. Well, we've taken out all the weapons except the one that I was worried about. That's FTL for you. Go help my weapons guy fight these 3 rocks. You just go do that temporarily. You have more hit points. Now you get in there. Oh, the flak 2 has gone down, so we're fine. In that case, you get in there and help us win this fight, because that's the only dangerous thing going on. Do that forward shot. These people, because they're not actually, this is a pre-battle boarding event, the ship doesn't actually have a teleporter, so they can't warp them back when they get to low health, which is kind of annoying. It actually increases the odds that we're going to take damage. We kind of need to rotate our crew so they don't die. And since these rocks have a lot of hit points, they don't go down quickly. We should win all of these. Yeah, we're okay. They all got quite low. And now we'll hit this store with enough scrap that if it turns up we can apply mind control, which is the last system we want. And that will be very useful in situations like those. And we'd like to upgrade our hacking. We'd probably like to just damage buffer our weapons because they're a little bit vulnerable, only being a level 3. Yeah, like a jump like this, that could be rock live mine, so we need to be wary of that. And sometimes you're forced into those jumps. Okay, there's mind control. Once again, if I could get 4 weapon slots, I'd buy the Ion Blast to extend what I can do with my weapons, but I can't. So we're just going to get this. Something we need to be wary of before we jump into this asteroid field is the possibility that, say, maybe these 2 jumps are both uncovered and they're possible rock live mines, and we wouldn't be able to upgrade our engines there because we couldn't actually do it at a hazard beacon. But since we have a store that we can jump to if that happens, I think I'll hold off on actually getting the upgrades. So, let's go into the asteroid field. I'm holding off on upgrading my hacking because I don't want to upgrade that and then be unable to upgrade, then I might be stuck being unable to upgrade engine if we were forced to go into a possible live mode. Let's cloak this flak. You miss. Let's hit these 4 rooms. That seems good. What else seems good is mind controlling this rock in the weapons room so they can't fix it. I see that you are also a fan of cloaking. This is kind of like a rock version of a stealth ship. This is basically the rock equivalent to our ship, but they don't have hacking, and I think rock ships never get hacking, actually. Nah. It's not a bad offer, that's max missiles and drones, but like, we're doing fine on drones, and we can't really use missiles. Having above 15 is not that necessary. Speaking of not necessary, I don't think we even bother going to this store. What are we gonna do at the store? It's just a jump where we don't earn any scrap. Attack the slavers. Is there any way we can crew kill this? It's a little bit tricky because we could like mind control, but these 2 have a very large discrepancy in hit points. And fires won't help us because it'll kill the Zoltan, but it won't do anything to the rock. Because if we can crew kill this ship, we can potentially get a crew member and get scrap. I think we're going to try to do this by oxygen hacking. If we can knock one of these weapons off, we're very safe, and we can cloak before that happens. Okay, they have upgraded oxygen, which is unfortunate. We're going to mind control you to get the fires to spread more. Oh wow, they have level 3 oxygen. That is very annoying. I did not realize they had that. I'm not taking another shield run, but this might not work because they have level 3 oxygen, which is absurd. Hack it down. Take it out. But we have 2 more hits on that system that we can play with, and it's going to be a while. We might not, because those engines might burn down if the rock allows them to. But there's a potential that fire could spread into there. We can also stop them fixing that system with mind control. So we should be, like, if the fire spreads back to weapons, the rock will put it out. So the fire can't completely burn the ship down. I think we should be okay. Once he puts this fire out, I'm actually going to mind control him because he can't damage the system enough to put whole damage on. There's 2 points because he's got this laser. By doing that, oh, he's going in a different room. Oh yeah, because the oxygen's. It's fine. Like, he can just mess around and waste time, and that time is time he's not spending repairing the oxygen. And he can never repair that because the room he has to go into to even get into it, he'll take suffocation damage. And by the time he breaks the doors down, he's going to be too low on health to survive. Goodbye, Justin. Okay, we didn't get a crew, unfortunately. The slave's all asphyxiated as well. But we got 40 scraps, so whatever. Like, I'd rather have 40 scraps than another crew member at the moment. Like, they offered me a rock, which I already have a rock with. They offered a rock with shield skill, which I already have. Okay, so this is precisely the situation where you upgrade your engines to 5 so that you can make sure you don't lose crew if one of these jumps that we go to is the live mine. That. We're also going to upgrade hacking and... Oop, I nearly upgraded mind control. We're going to upgrade hacking and cloaking as well. We can make use of our stealth weapons. I don't remember what that quest is. Gonna head down here. We might go to the quest. If we could go here, we'll have to waste some jumps, though. I think we're gonna go here and let's hope that that is all full of fights. If it isn't, we can always, you know, be a bit inefficient. I think this is the first fight where we want to shield hack. These 2 rocks bash on each other for a while. There we go. Big long cloak. We've got 99% of aid. I thought we were going to get screwed at 1% there. It really looked like that was what was going to happen. It's not often you get cloaking at 99 because you need very specific levels of skill and engines, and you don't usually take level 5 engines before you have the max skill. It's just in this specific instance it's worth doing. Now our stealth weapons are buying us time, which means we will actually get the second volley before they get their second. And that means we should be able to knock this missile. I'm actually not going to fire the beam. I'm going to try mind controlling and see if we can prevail this. I don't think we can. What are you doing? I want you to go out. I just want you to... No, that's not the room I want you to go to. That's important. Well, apparently they're not trying to fix their weapons, so it's not the most urgent thing in the world. And yeah, they're trying to fix other stuff, so whatever. We probably don't kill this. We'll see. Okay, Okay, since that's level 1, that weapon's not dangerous, but they will fight each other in that room. I think because they have so many hit points, this won't work. Like, I might get lucky with them. If I do it one more time, it will work, because once I get the higher hit point rock down to below 30, this person, I'll be able to fire a heavy laser at that room and kill both of them. But I need to kind of hope that happens before they get the missile up, which it looks like it's going to. Mind control. The damn cloaking. Doesn't matter, we'll get to do that again. There we go. I'm not quite sure who is attempting to buy their life there, because that rock is dead. Hey, there's the Ion Blast that we've had multiple I've made multiple comments where, like, I would buy that if we had 4 weapon slots. Whatever, we'll sell it for 15 scrap. Okay, this is what I wanted to see when I went down here, was just a corner full of fights. That's better than... I don't know what this quest is, I can't remember. I don't think that it matters. Oh, it was the Mantis War Camp. That's what that is, which might just be nothing. I'd rather take 3 definite fights. Fight the ship. This is our first ship with 3 shield bubbles, which, obviously, these low weapons, if you couldn't shield hack, you would struggle really badly, because you would need every single shot to hit, and you never ever want to be in that situation in FTL. But we just hack their shields away, and we're completely fine. And we cloak. I think after this fight I get a weapon buffer. Yeah, let's get weapon buffer. Apply power, but I can't. But I will be able to after these 2 fights. I'd also like to get cloaking 3 next. Those borders are in a really awkward spot, so I'm gonna make them I'm gonna mind control them and make them fight each other. I'll also vent towards them. This ship also has 3 shields, and it has... So this is kind of high rolled on its weapons. Well, it's not quite high rolled. Like, the highest you can get for shields in this sector is 6. It's got that. The highest for weapons you can get is 6. It's got weapons 5. And it has a pre-battle boarding event, so it's quite nasty. We haven't unfortunately knocked out both of their weapons. At this point, we just want to run these guys over to help out. One of our shots unfortunately hit an asteroid there, but it wasn't enough to, it wasn't enough to stop us popping the shields. There's a lot of fire over there. If these weren't rocks, we could probably fool them. They are. Getting there. I think I want 2 power bars before I get the next level of cloaking. And dive. Doesn't matter. I have engines fine, so it's not the worst thing. It's just... I'd rather not dive. Especially since, if it's a dive, we just don't get the contents of that beacon, which could just be a fight anyway, so it's not necessary. necessarily all that good. But I think it's not, and if it is, it's not the end of the world. Cool, the big missile is gone, that's all we're really not worried about. We could potentially free kill this. Like, we could mind control this guy. I think it will take too long. And the fact they're not trying to fix weapons, I feel like it's not the worst thing to do this for a while. Especially, like, if they run themselves out of missiles by just using the small bomb, that doesn't really do that much here. Let's do this while they're all in that range. I think that does a load of damage. Like, if I can get them to quickly kill this guy, these two have very close health, they can kill each other, and then I can pick the last one off with my heavy laser. No, don't go there. That's not what I want. Here, you do this. Okay, you're not the one I wanted to get mind control. I wanted it to mind control the other guy so that they would kill you, and then this rock would be dragged down to fight you. But maybe this is just going to be possible. I'm going to fix my cloak. My cloak is important if they bring this big missile. Unfortunately, he's not running to fight him, but this does buy us time. I think they're out of missiles, in which case this fight is completely safe. Once he finishes repairing the shields, which he's nearly done, when we mind control this guy in weapons, they'll go and fight him. The only downside with mind controlling rocks is it takes them ages to get to the person that's been mind controlled to actually start dealing them any damage. So yeah, like half my mind control time has been wasted by this guy running slowly across the ship. I don't think he's going to do enough damage to get him down without us getting lucky on resist. Because he's got 54 health left, he only has 10. He'll take extra health when he runs when he runs into the room. Unless I could mind control him next, and then he'll take damage, because yeah, they're definitely out of missiles. So let's just see. If I mind control you, you'll get some free hits on Ken when he runs in the room. Yeah, there's one. 7 health down. It's still not enough. I still need him at least. I want to hit with the heavy laser. We could grind our remaining dodges here. Maybe we could get the oxygen to drain, but I really doubt it. Come on, rock resist. Damn it. On the positive side, we got our piloting skill all the way up there. Okay, it wasn't a dive. Buy another. Let's buy 2 more power bars. It's probably more power than we strictly need, but whatever. Storage cache. Okay, I'm glad we have lots of power here. This is a very nasty ship. They have level 6 shields, level 4 weapons, and level 4 drones. Now we have max evade because we just dodged all those shots. This is probably the kind of ship we're weakest against, which is not too much of a surprise. This is a very strong ship. In the next sector, we'll get cloaking all the way up and hacking all the way up, and then we'll work on our shields. We didn't get a double reward there, unfortunately. Uncharted or Zoltan. Uncharted are often quite empty, but we do have long-range scanners, and we would have better choices at Sector 6. The other thing is I just don't want to deal with the border police. They're quite dangerous, and so are energy bombers. Like, Zoltan ships generally we're weak against, so we don't get through Zoltan shields all that quickly, although our weapons are fast, and we can't hack through the Zoltan shield. We need to get it down first. So we're in some danger when we're doing that, so I think we're going to just eat the nebula. We're way ahead of where we need to be, so it doesn't matter if we have one sector that's below average, and it's not even guaranteed to be that. We actually would like a store so we can sell this stuff that's accumulated. We get a blue option from our long-range scanners. I'm glad of it, although I'm glad that this ship has such good weapons. They're in sensors. Since that's level 2, we can probably vent it in time. That's a lot of dodges. Do a big long cloak. Unfortunately, they had the buffer upgrade there, although that's not that unusual. Considering that there were ships in the last sector with level 6 shields already. Them having level 5 is not bad. Really? We didn't dodge a single shot there. We'd better dodge this damn missile. Stop fixing your shields. There's some proper bullshit going on in this fight. You know, I mean, it looks lower now because we've taken damage on system. But we had 40% evade when they fired the 3 burst laser shots at us in the bomb. We didn't dodge any of them. Obviously, them bombing the engines brought our dodge down for when the missile came in. Whatever. You just go in there so we can see what the next jumps are while we... Since I don't see a store, I see no reason not to spend scrap now. Cloaking up and get some more power. Take these weights. We need to hoard our drones carefully. Because we need to use them most fights. And anytime I'm below 10, I get a little bit anxious. Problem of being in a nebula is I can't see what's going on. Let's just run someone in here and mind control one of you guys and then run back out. I'm gonna leave you in there. I should have actually already activated my hack, but I was worried about them knocking it offline. Okay, missiles down, that's all I was worried about. Okay, good, they've warped you back. You go and have a frank discussion with our new friends. Oh, they have level 7 shields. I suppose I should have spotted that because it's available, we can see it because we have that system hacked, but whatever. Mini beam kills. And we didn't get any drones. Unfortunate. You can sometimes get ships in this sector that have level 4 shields, but that usually only happens in slug nebulas, so we're not anywhere close, so I don't think we need to upgrade hacking yet. If we could actually use our sensors, I might be inclined with this ship to try to mind control pilot and avoid having to hack shields. But I can't see anyone to mind control. If we're in that room, we can easily hack that bench here. Missile down, we're safe. We are once again going to flee and just get you to get mind control and get you to battle each other. That room will also get vented. Actually, let's stop venting because the mind control person will run out with no oxygen. Charlie, go engage with him in the marketplace of ideas. Coward, you run from debate. Charlie will come after you like Stephen Crowder, screeching like a baby, much like Stephen Crowder. We'd like the store to sell this stuff, so let's hit this other fight and then go to the store. Lots of ships with good weapons in this sector. It's frustrating. Also, this nebula sector seems to consist entirely of mantis. Fortunately, this layout is such that we can hit weapons and shields with one mini beam. Oh, they don't have the buffer upgrade. Cool. Let's get ready to mind control. Actually, we don't need to do that. There's only one of them. I don't know why this only has one border, considering in Sector 5 and usually ships by that point have two borders. But I don't mind. Well, that auto-reloader looks attractive. The only downside of getting the auto-reloader is it means that if we have any augments sell that are like junky ones, like say hacking stun, and we want to sell it, we won't be able to do that. We'll lose scrap. But we're so far ahead that it doesn't matter. Let's just get the auto-reloader, let's buy all these drone parts, and we're good. We literally only need stores now to sell stuff. I mean, if we see, say, a heavy laser 2 or a halberd beam or something like that, we might get that as an upgrade and stop using level 3 weapons. We don't have to do that. Charlie will offer to lead these rocks out of the nebula, and they will give us a bunch of supplies for doing not much of anything other than having a rock on our ship. Let's get our shields up now. Need a little bit more power, but we can get that in the next couple of beacons. We could do this. The downside of doing it is basically it does one of two things. Either they offer you the weapon at a cheaper rate, or they reveal, oh, that was actually a lie designed to lure you in, and it turns into a fight, which is just the same as doing this. And I don't want to have the option of them offering me a weapon, because I have 7 scrap, I can't get it. And we don't need another weapon anyway. This ship is completely safe, it cannot hurt me. So we're going to kill this ship. I don't know how many crew they have over there, but we're not going to kill this one. We're going to just knock him down to very low health. We may have to hack oxygen today, we'll see. They probably, by this point in the run, have 3 crew over there. Since we can't, if we had visibility and their crew weren't all slugs, we could mind control over there, but we can't. If we sent a hacking drone over, we would get visibility of the room we were hacking, but it might just be the room that slug is in, and that doesn't help us at all. They've got a human. They probably have some third crew member over there. Let's just hack O2. I'd rather not waste a drone, but I don't see any other way we're reliably going to do this. I'm fine with him not dying. He would have just come back in the club anyway. I fired that mini beam too late. Whatever. Since they've got level 202 to counter, we're just gonna wait until our hacking comes back, and we'll do that. I'm gonna leave a power bar aside just because sometimes it does weird stuff with ion damage. It decides that I don't like the fact that he's already smashed on those doors a little bit. Okay, that's pretty good. got a fire in there. It looks like the only crew they have left over there is a mantis, which, why you board with the human and the slug first, and then leave the mantis over there, I'm not entirely sure. But whatever, leave this mantis to try to fight this raging fire in your oxygen room. I could mind control him, but what's even the point? He'll just fail to do it. I don't want you to die, you'll come back and then you'll start actually fighting the fire effectively. Oh, once oxygen is 0, I will shoot their combat out. The fire has actually spread to weapons. Let them run around so that they don't die and come back at full health. Okay. 5 more power. This ship effectively has 4 shield bubbles, which is very nasty. And they're hacking. They're hacking a system that doesn't matter. I think we're going to do this. I want to hit shields. They don't have the buffer, which makes hitting it quite valuable for my subsequent volleys. And we've taken the flak off anyway, which is the only weapon they have that's dangerous. Let's mind control you. I'm not going to try to kill this ship. They have too much in the way of defenses. And yeah, they might start running away. That many being kills. And we got our drone back, cool. I think we're gonna just hit this and then go down and hit all of these. We don't care if we dive in the exit. Next things I want to increase are battery, or hacking and battery. This double missile fuckery is disgusting. I definitely hack it. There's no point putting a mini beam in the shields there because they have the buff already. But we do have a reason to do a very long cloak. We're completely safe right now anyway. Blow them up. We now got a border on our ship. Let's go and fly. No, don't run the door guy out, actually, they'll lose door. Oh, there's 2 of them. Welcome to the Federation. Go Stick, we believe in you. Nice work, Stick. Where's Carrot? I guess Carrot was the other one. Let's get our hacking up again. And another power bar. So now we can level 3 shield hack. And actually we'll do battery next and we can use backup battery power for cloaking. And yeah, then we could fight the flagship now if we really wanted to. And I don't want to, I'd rather get my 2 extra sectors to upgrade even more disgustingly. Fight here. This ship kinda hurt us, so we're not wasting a hacking turn. Sometimes they just roll these totally dud weapon setup. Like the halberd beam is a great weapon, as long as you have a way to get through shields. But the heavy on is like the worst weapon in the game right now. It can be okay if you have other arms to go with it, but they don't. I don't know why I kept shooting at the weapons there when they can't hurt me, but just habit, I guess. I should have just shot at shields and made this go faster. Yeah, like, couldn't have done that if we had aimed our first couple of volleys at shields. No, I'm being inefficient. Oh, that's a very good beacon. That is 50 scrap, and then that sells for 35. And is this going to be our third manually searching? No. It is instead a shieldless auto scout that we will crush. Ruthless determination. I'd like to do this without hacking. If we had not managed to get a bunch of shots through there, I would have just hacked their weapons to buy us a little bit of that. Cloaking would have bought us enough time to just win the fight. But we didn't need to do that. We saved a drone. Very good. And a good thing too, because we didn't get one back. Another power bar. So we have to fight a dive ship, but it's in a nebula, so should we try to kill this? We'd need to hack shields. I don't feel like it's worth it. We'll get out of this fight quite quickly. Cut that out. You two stood a stand guard when the mind control wears out. Yeah. Oh cool, we actually managed to get some shots through it. If we can knock that thing offline, we're completely safe, so we might still stick around and kill this thing. Like, we're gonna get another volley off here, and we've taken a shield down. Yeah, we're completely safe, we're gonna stick around and kill these guys. We might as well take their fuel and boost our score. And just have the satisfaction of ridding the galaxy of these rebels. Give us fuel. Well, this is a very easy choice. Well, we're off to the Rebel Stronghold. The Rebel Stronghold is the highest scrap sector in the game, and we have long-range scanners. We can potentially very quickly find the constructor flagship, potentially as early as this jump, because it's always a jump that looks like this. No, this is a double scrap possibility. Well, this is why we upgraded our shields, our hacking rounds, so we can get through these shields. Cloak now. No, don't auto fire. It doesn't actually matter here because since they have these shields so high, we need to actually hack them to do any damage. Like, we've neutralized their offense, so it's fine if we have to hold off until we can hack next. Our next volley, we would chuck completely into shields. There may be some fights where we just decide to throw our first volley into shields, but we can do them with subsequent volleys. But if you can make a fight safe by throwing your first volley into weapons, you should. You don't get penalized for fights taking more time than unless you're speedrunning. Well, we got a repair from that, but we're so little in need of repair that we didn't get much benefit. I don't fancy a pulsar. Let's just go here and then hit the store, sell the defensive drone, see if there's any upgrades. I don't like this shit. I think we have to chuck our first volley into piloting here to guarantee them not getting away. That's a long cloak. Yeah, that is a 15-second cloak. Fortunately, so is ours. Dual lasers in first and hold off. Okay, they only have level 1. Good. That means we can chuck the heavy laser into weapons and hopefully knock this missile out. Naturally, that's the only thing we didn't knock off, but I think we get the second volley off anyway. I fired there before waiting for the mini beam because I knew they were about to cloak. Actually, we might have been able to get it in with the other one. Whatever. Start hacking shields down now. As soon as they come out of cloak, our mini beam will win the fight. Cool. Okay, those are not possible look-arounds. That is. We still want to go to the store. We might jump back to the beacon we just came from. I'm not sure. Now we could here pick these two up and go all beams, but I don't feel like doing that. Like if it was one of those was a halberd beam, I would do it. But mini beam, hull beam, pike beam is a setup I did. In fact, I did that in the last run with Stealth C. Saw that, and it doesn't one-shot ships. So going that way isn't a huge benefit over using conventional weapons. We did it in the Stealth C run, but if I don't remember what the full circumstances of that were. I think we were further behind in that run. We're gonna go here. If that is a possible constructor flagship, we'll go that way. We know that is one possibility. So if this isn't, we'll go from there to here and then through that. It's a real question when you have long-range scanners in a rebel stronghold sector as to whether or not you might not be better off just ignoring the fact that you might be able to get the constructor flagship and just take all the fights. Because if you get unlucky and the game just sets the constructor flagship somewhere late in the sector, you could just end up taking an enormous amount of damage. Not an enormous amount of damage. You just end up missing an enormous amount of fights by constantly going to empty beacons. Just shooting at shields here. Takes them down completely. We have a giant long cloak that we can fire in because of our stealth weapons. We can bring that missile down and just win the fight outright. Yeah, we won the fight before our cloak ever. Okay. These both have equal likelihood of being the constructor flagship. Let's get our mind control up. And given that this means we can take this fight and then go east is a better option, I'll just take that one. You know, hopefully we didn't pick the wrong empty beacon to go to, but what can you do? You have to pick something. And whichever one of you're never going to hit both of those beacons in the same run, so you might as well hope that the one on the better route is the one that also has the good event. Can we try to crew kill this? Because that's a lot of fire. I think not, though. I mean, we'll try. If I can knock that missile. Oh, we did. Cool. Oh, we're safe right now. The only downside is their crew might run to piloting when they take too much damage from the fires. Here, you two fight each other in a burning room. That sounds good to you, doesn't it? To me, it sounds like an excellent idea. Yeah, this is what I was worried about, is them running away. And can I snipe you with a mini beam? Yes, I can. Just unfortunately, Lexi here is also going to go down. And they've got the missile back. Screw it, let's just win this fight. No. Backup battery up. Okay. Here we can shoot at shields. These weapons are not dangerous. Unfortunately, they have these annoying things. I mean, we will hit weapons anyway, because we can do it with nice mini-beam there, but it's more important to take shields down to make our future volleys better. You stop fixing it. We should have killed there, but I messed up aiming the beam. Whatever, they're absolutely dead on the next one. Okay, they're not absolutely dead. That's quite a good offer. We'll take that. You survive. For some reason, these guys don't come back, despite the fact that you just surrender or whatever. I think it's because they're pre-battle boarders, and it doesn't, because they don't actually have a teleporter. So they're not really treated as being members of that ship. But whatever, they gave us 2 combat XP. Hooray! We are good people. We accepted the surrender and didn't blow the ship. We show honor in our conduct. Distress. We have a rock. Cool. Unfortunately, this will give us an augment, which we can't take. We do get scrap from it anyway. Okay, we can take this. Do I just throw my long-range scanners at this point? I would almost never do this. And there's still enough, you know, there's still enough time for it to be good. But on the other hand... Sorry, buy long-range scanners, you're amazing, but at this point we no longer need you. So yeah, we now don't have any ability to spot look around because we no longer have our long range scanners. But who cares? If we don't find it, whatever. We got a pre-igniter. So now, although I was pretty happy to just stick with these weapons, if we spot something, now I kind of wish we had those beams, but like if we spot something big, like a halberd beam, or like a flak 2, or something like that in the next sector, we can switch to that. Just do a big one cloak. Smash things. Does this last long enough? This hack actually lasts long enough that we can slip a heavy laser shot through. Okay, they can cloak again, but they're dead as soon as they come out of cloaking. They have no piloting. The heavy laser is guaranteed to kill. Goodbye. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that. Let's delay them. And we actually got a full map reveal, so we actually get our ability to find look around anyway. So let's go here, and how we do the rest of the jumps. This is a free jump. If this isn't look around, we go here, then there, then there. If it is, we probably go there, there. Well, I don't know what we do because we can't really efficiently take advantage of it if it is. Whatever. But kind of low on crew, and that's a very cheap rock. Let's just buy them. Welcome aboard, Arium. Get the sensor station. This would be a chance to get a map reveal if we didn't already have a map reveal. This isn't that dangerous a ship. We're going to shoot shields. quite a few dodges. And we get a third volley off because of how long our cloak is and the fact that we can fire freely with our stealth weapons. Crunch. We could potentially try to train shield skill with this, but it would take too long. At this point, the outcome of this run is not in any remote doubt. Well, it's terrible. So I'd like to just, you know, get on with it. As long as we don't run out of drones. Yeah, the one jump that we didn't go to, that must have been the constructor flagship, because that's, I think, the only blank jump that could have been. I suppose there might have been one or two other jumps that could have been it. Go to the exit here, or see if there's an encounter there. I might, if this is still there, I'll probably dive, because we are very strong. Okay, we get a weapon. We don't really want to use that. It's not noticeably better than the weapons we already have. It's kind of useful with the pre-igniter, but whatever. Go here. We do need to be concerned about running out of drones. That's the only thing that we're remotely concerned about. That's the third full sector reveal we've got in the last couple of jumps. We did get like 20 scrap and a drop from that. If we can't find any stores early, we might just jump to Sector 8. I'm going to hold my scrap because if we do find a store and it's got some big weapons that we can buy, we'll need to both get them and also upgrade our systems enough to use them. And that could be quite expensive. Rocks don't deal with these things. Let's just mind control the guide weapons. Probably won't get any damage through here. We need all the shots to hit. I'm not wasting a drone considering how low we are. You get in there. Particularly relying on our weapons here. Let's do a big long cloak, dodge this easily. We can just keep firing things for our stealth weapons. Fail to hit. Let's get out of here. Well, mantis are mantis. If we see any drone surrender offers, we might just take them, especially if any 2 drone surrender offers we kind of have to take. Now, it is unfortunate we don't have our long-range scanners here, because I've been tracking information recently about sectors, and what I've seen so far indicates that Mantis-controlled sectors benefit significantly from having long-range scanners. I mean, all sectors you benefit from having them, pretty much, with the exception maybe of NG sectors. But Mantis sectors seem to particularly benefit from having scanners. But we don't have them anymore. We have a pre-igniter instead. Because, yeah, there's a lot of empty jumps like that one that we just did. On the other hand, empty jumps are places where we can't spend drones, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Let's side with the fugitive. We get a mantis. Gonna see what that's hacking. I don't want them to. I was worried about them hacking medbay while my new mantis tried to run through. The only way we can kill this ship is to hack the shields, because otherwise this defensive drone 2 will stop us from ever being able to hurt them. Incredibly cheap tactic. Shoot at shields. You don't want to fix shields. Fixing shields is for losers. Come over to the fun side of breaking shields instead. Are you joking? Save crew positions, we have our new sensor mantis. Access lasers at the same time so that the defensive drone can't shoot down each of them. We unfortunately got no drones, but we do see a store. Go to the store. Buy every drone part that's here. Okay, they don't have any weapons here, but it's like the 4th burst laser one we've spotted. There's nothing here that would make us want to change our setup. Let's get shields up at this point. Get another weapon buffer that protects me against small bombs and Artemis missiles. Not that we generally should be getting hit by those. I'd still like to keep spotting. There can be 2 stores in these sectors, and honestly, I just want to get more drum parts. You go over there. Kill each other and get vented. O2 off. They seem more likely to damage the system because there's 2 of them. Let's keep moving. We don't currently have our weapons guided, so we have a pre-igniter and an auto reloader, we'll be fine. They won't try to flee from that room because it's being re-auctionated, so... Yeah, shields are getting smashed there. You head over there, you can... Rocks don't fight the fire. It might burn out. Yeah, that's a double fire. It probably will burn out, even with rocks fighting. That man's just gonna go try to help fight the fire. I think none of our shots hit there. What's the mind-controlled mantis benefit? The mind-controlled mantis actually gets health back from the med bay. That's a bit cheap. He's given up anyway. Not surprising. And they've sent more people over, which is very frustrating because now we don't have door controls. Whatever. They really don't like this guy, obviously. He has 4 hit points and you're gonna firebomb the room with it. Like, my rocks are not affected by your firebomb, to be clear, other than the damage that it does with it landing on the room. Whereas your guys... You guys seem to have a really good dodge. 47, we got our drone back. We need to make sure to hit like a repair station in the next sector just to make sure that we don't run out. Let's do this. Do this. Actually, no, let's not. Let's keep hold of the large amount of scrap in case we do find another store and want to switch up our weapons. I don't think it's terribly likely. Mantis sectors don't always even have 2. I'm not going to shield hack in this fight because these people are really not dangerous. And yeah, we can just do that. And we've taken the shield bubble out already. Put you guys all in there. And when the NG runs in there, we're going to mind control them. Now they can't fix their shields. Oh wow, we actually crew killed that ship. We weren't really intending to do so, but the mind control and the heavy lasers on their ship killed the people over there, and we killed their boarders. Now, the double reward was kind of worthless. We got one repair, which we were going to get a massive repair when we get into Sector 8 anyway. But it doesn't matter, we're so far ahead. Get those out. If we don't get any other weapons, we will just, like, boost engines all the way up, I guess, and we'll get mind control all the way up first, but send our rocks down. We can't take this lifeform scanner, and unlike last time, we're not getting rid of any of our existing augments for it, but whatever, we got 67 scrap. Attack the ship. I don't think we need to use a shield hack on this either. Yeah, we don't. We can just repeat our tactics now. It's a little bit more annoying because they have a buffer upgrade. Actually, let you through there so we can immediately start mounting you, because I want to find out all the energy we get. No. You two go in there. Now that's down. Cool, Rock, you can now join in. Do a big long cloak. Couple of crew kills, and we didn't even need to use drone parts. For the nth time, I find myself in this run wishing that we had 4 weapon slots so we could use that. We have enough bombs. But, if Stealth A had 4 weapon slots, it would be the best ship in the game. I don't think that you can reasonably argue against it, considering how strong it is. It's like its only limitation. If you could use those 2 starting weapons and get something like, you know, flak. Okay, we're definitely shield hacking in this fight. We need to stop them fleeing, so we need to put our first volley, unfortunately, on piloting. Well, we might not. We might be able to just take it out with a mini-beam. We'll see. I very seriously doubt this does only have level 1 piloting. We can hope. They do not. But now it's down. Heavy laser, there. Cool, we took out the other weapon we were worried about. Did we get our second volley off before the cloak? I'm not sure, but yes, it looks like we did. I wasn't certain on the timing there because we had to shield hack and wait for the hack to drain their shields down. But they're dead here. They cannot launch. Not much of a reward, but whatever. We'll jump here and then there. Yeah, we can give up 15 missiles. We get some hull. Some scrap, rather. The word hull was in that sentence, so I just parroted that. No, we don't need to repair damage. We're completely fine. It's not often that you jump to Sector 8 and are already at full hull. These repair station locations kind of suck. We want to get there, that way we have 2 different options, and as long as they don't both get taken over in the first 2 jumps. Ideally we'll hit both of them because they're loads of drones. We definitely need to hack there here. They're sending over an ion intruder. Get out of there. We didn't hit shields as heavily as I would have liked. But whatever. We took out the only weapons we were really worried about. And we weren't really that worried about that. Okay, that's better. Those are gone. Go and fix that breach. Unfortunately, we didn't get much scrap. Somehow, though, with our 430 scrap that we're holding on to, I think we'll be okay. Just run loads of people to fight that. Long cloak. I get more shots, you don't. Eat loads of fires in your weapons and your shield room. Stop fixing them. You kill them before they get out. Yes, good. Now kill the mind-controlled guy. And now we should get a crew kill. Woo! 78 more squad. Repair station. We probably aren't going to see a store, so I'm just going to end up spending all of this scrap on ridiculously unnecessary upgrades to our ship, but whatever. More upgrades. Yeah, we don't see a store, so let's now get loads of upgrades. Do this. Max the reactor. Should we like triple buffer our weapons? That seems really excessive. We're probably going to get a lot of crew kills in Phase 1, despite the fact these weapons might not seem all that powerful, considering, because they all have a chance, every single one of these can set fires. Low fire chance, low fire chance, low fire chance. When I used this on the flagship previously, I set an ungodly number of fires in their shield room in my first volley, and then I mind-controlled the person in there, and they just kept murdering each other while the fires rage. We'll see whether that repeats itself. I don't even need to go to the flagship yet, I can take these 2 jumps. I might actually only take one to see if I can reset a bad hack. I think that's probably worth it. Yeah, we get a fight here anyway. If that were in a combat drone too, and a hacking drone, this fight would be completely safe. We wouldn't be able to hurt them without shield hacking anyway, so... No, not my sensors, you monster. Stupid shield overcharger drone wasting my shots. Mind control this guy. Big long cloak. No shooting at me. Only I get to shoot. Shields go smush. More volleys. Let's upgrade my engines. Well, unnecessary triple buffer on weapons it is, though. And then we want to upgrade. If we don't manage to get many crew kills by the time Phase 3 comes around, we'll upgrade our doors. But I don't think that's going to be needed. the base. Let's fight the first bit of the flagship. What are you hacking? Piloting is not great, but we have level 8 engines. We can, even with the hack, we can get 100% on cloak easily. Okay, we didn't get loads of fires this time, but whatever. We've got their shields down to level 1. We get a second shot off on them because we have a huge cloak and stealth weapons. Oh, they have a cloak too, I guess. I forgot about that. I thought my weapon would be fast enough, but I guess not. Well, that's unfortunate. We might actually take damage here. Of course, they hit with their triple ions there because... Oh, there's the storm. Are you joking? That is nonsense. Like, the 3 ions hitting we couldn't avoid because, obviously, they had, the 3 ions we could avoid, they attacked our piloting, but they also then hit 3 straight lasers with even with the hack on piloting that passively reduces evade. Having 3 of those hit is complete nonsense. Let's mind control people in here and increase the number of crew we're killing. We're not in any danger right now. Because that room is on fire. Yay, got another one down. Attack the shields down. And chuck a big volley in here. Can we get 2 more down? Yes, we can. Actually, we could just let him punch because he's mind controlled. Do that. Yay, we set another fire. Cool. Ah, we didn't get Telverin's health low enough to snipe him. Maybe we can with a heavy laser shot. Unfortunately not, but we can take advantage of a thing here. This room here and this room here, they're not there at lower difficulties, they're only here on hard. And what that means is if a crew member is in that door in between when a phase ends, they're not treated as alive. So we're going to erase Telverin here. We might as well go to the store. We can't really get anything good now that we've spent all our scrap. There's a halberd beam. Actually, we can do. Okay, we'll do that. Buy the halberd beam, buy a point of repair. Should I sell the dual lasers or the heavy laser? The heavy laser has breach chance, so I'll keep it and sell dual lasers. So, pre-ignited halberd beam. Unusual tactic of switching our weaponry halfway through. Well, it's not that unusual because, obviously I sometimes do it with like a breach bomb and stuff, but I don't often outright switch my main damage weapon midway through the flagship fight. But that was just an unusual circumstance where it worked out. They had that perfectly lined up. We couldn't do anything about it. You go help out in there. Start hacking down. There's a useful thing we can do here. If we halberd beam through here, it's going to do 2 points of damage on piloting. That reduces it from level 1 to level 3. If we then mind control the pilot, it removes all evade, so our heavy laser is guaranteed to hit. We're going to put it on shields. And yeah. Like, this is a little bit more like what the fire situation looked like in Phase 1 the last time I used like a low power weapon setup against the flagship, but I don't benefit as much from my stealth weapons now because obviously they don't fire as rapidly. Those shields are probably just going to burn down and then it'll kill the ship. By the way, you can see Teldarin is no longer here. If we halberd beam here, we will kill and erase this guy, and they'll have 2 people left from the boarding phase. Ah, he got the garbage shields. That's good. Oh well, they'll have 3 people for the boarding phase, or whatever. I don't think we're in any danger. Well, we can upgrade our med bay, I guess. Just for the fun of it. We only need level 1 mind control in this phase just to counter theirs every time. We also don't really need hacking to begin with because we need to get through their golden shield before we can even use it. We'll chase the flagship. So yeah, they will board us with 2 crew. Cut that out. You guys get over there. Okay, we've managed to distract them, so. Halberd beam will take this down now. Our Mantis will win this. Maybe not if they do that. That is a little bit concerning. We can fire safely there, thanks to our stealth weapons. We can't really hurt this ship at the moment because we need to wait until our hacking comes back. I mean, I suppose we could do this. Oh yeah, we actually can hurt it. Cool. So this should have been a 0 damage flagship altogether, but we took that bullshit damage in Phase 1, and that will prevent it, even though we healed it. Not really a flawless phase if you actually take the damage. So, that is a very comfortable win with Stealth A, as I expected it would be, because they usually are. That ship is really, really good. For Stealth A, that's actually a somewhat low score. I usually score in like the 63, 6400 range with this ship. I suppose that may in part be because our Sector 7 was quite bad. We threw out our long-range scanners for a pre-igniter, which is an understandable decision. And at any rate, we needed to preserve our drones, so we didn't get very many fights. Let's just take a quick glance. Yeah, Sector, we actually made a reasonable amount of scrap, but in comparison to what you usually get, it was not that good. The Rebel Stronghold even was not that high in scrap altogether. It was manager is confused and thinks I made 217 worth of drops, but that's because it's counted the pre-igniter twice, because it gets confused when you get a 4th augment drop. So it's actually considerably less than that, but we still had a very, very good sector and a very strong run altogether. So, that was a very easy win. Let's find out what ship we're going to be playing next. So we've done Zoltan C, Stealth C, and Stealth A. Let's do 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, Slug C, my favorite ship in the game. Cool. And this ship is really, really good. So, that'll be our next one, but that will have to wait until next time. So, I will see you in run number 4, and bye for now.